Hello, my wonderful friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie if you are new here, and I do all kinds of videos about lifestyle, living with chronic illness, having my own business, all the stuff that kind of winds into that. So today's video is actually going to be a little bit of a follow-up from my video that I made a few months ago, which was that I was quitting my job, which I'll put up in the little eye in the sky and in the description down below as well if you're interested. But I'm kind of going to do like what is this? Summer, January, February, a 3-month update and how things are going, good and bad, and did I make the right decision? To summarize my previous video, if you aren't interested in going back or if you've already watched it, I quit my job about 3 months ago now. It was a very toxic environment and I didn't go into it a ton there, but there was a lot of manipulation, there was a lot of lying, and there was a lot of just pure stress that kind of went into my previous job. Quite honestly, I loved a lot of my coworkers. I met some of like wonderful friends there, but I joined back almost 3 years ago now, and I joined a team of all women, all spectacular, intelligent women at this company that was pretty male driven. And I was really excited to be a part of the team, a very small team. And within a few months, I noticed that things weren't going so well, and my boss wasn't being treated very well by higher ups, and very quickly it snowballed into my entire team leaving. So my boss ended up leaving along with a coworker the same week, and then another one of my team members left about 2 or 3 months later, and then the next one left a few months after that. And I went from being the newest one on my team of 5 kick-ass women to the only one left, and I was with a new boss who was not who I signed up with the company. He's a good person, but he was put in a very sticky situation. And so he and I just never fully clicked. He did his best, I did my best, and we did learn how to work with each other. But while he was, a big reason of why I left, it wasn't really him. It was kind of just this constant toxicity coming from the top down, and a lot of people were leaving. A lot of women were leaving the company. There wasn't any, I don't know, I'm not going to get into details because I don't want to get in trouble, obviously, but a lot of women were leaving, a lot of other people were leaving too, but it just seemed like if you had a different opinion than what some people did, then you weren't in a good place. And we ended up having, I knew I wanted to leave. It wasn't going very well. We ended up having something not do very well. And a lot of people were complaining on social media, which was that was my expertise. And it ended up kind of being blamed on me, even though that was just where people were going to complain. It had nothing to do with our social. It just was that. And that was kind of, there's a whole bunch more to that. I had to fight for 6 months to be paid for doing 2.5 people's jobs. There was a lot of, like I said, some lying and people doing things behind my back to make me look bad and things like that, and it wasn't just happening to me. I want to say it ended up just being a very toxic situation for me. I hope the company does well. I wish them nothing but good things. But for me, it was not the place to be. I was having panic attacks. I was crying. I was mad every day. I wasn't sleeping. I was having extreme anxiety, the worst anxiety I've ever had in my life. And my previous coworkers and things were, validating how I was feeling. Some of my current coworkers were also validating how I was feeling. And it got to the point where kind of when everything went down and I started being blamed for things that weren't my fault. I will take the blame if it's my fault 100%, but not when a whole load of stuff is put on you and it's not yours to hold, All the emotions of it are kind of coming back to me, but it just got to the point where I couldn't handle it anymore. I couldn't mentally and emotionally handle being treated so poorly, even though I was making good money. I was the breadwinner of the family. I was bringing in, $5,000 a month, and It was really helpful. I had benefits. I could see any doctor that I wanted. I was able to work from home full time as soon as the pandemic hit, and we were able to move to North Carolina because of this job. I'm very grateful to the job itself and HR and my coworkers that I worked with and my boss, but it just didn't work out based on other reasons. So got to the point where I couldn't handle it anymore. Like I said, panic attacks all the time. And finally I told Benjamin one day, I can't do it anymore. Now we are where we are. So that's kind of a little bit deeper that I went in my previous video because I didn't want to say anything that could possibly get me in trouble before I had fully left. So now that I'm gone, things have been good and have been rough. The first few months, my anxiety pretty much washed away, besides the fact that now I was anxious about having my own business or like, where is the money going to come from? How do I budget an income that like just comes and goes? What do I do when I get a client and then I don't like the client? Or what do I do the first time a client doesn't like my work? Things like that just, Cora's wandering around the table, that just like you don't think about until you start your own business. So we had saved up a little bit of money, nothing crazy, but a good amount that would at least get us through a few months of if I couldn't work. And what actually ended up happening is I ended up getting a good amount of clients and backfilling about half of what I was making at my previous full-time job. That was really helpful, and that's meant that our savings could kind of just supplement the extra that's lost while I continue to make YouTube videos and do things with my own brand, as well as grow with a few of my clients that I really care about. And then Ben can continue to grow his business and I can help support his business. So a couple of questions that I've gotten are, will I ever go back to corporate? Did I make the right decision? How am I feeling now? So will I ever go back to corporate? I don't know, maybe. I'm not going to say that I won't, but I don't see that happening. I just, as you'll see in any of my like day in the life videos, things like that, I like doing different things throughout the day. So for example, today it's 11:15. I woke up, I got ready, I ate, I filmed a video with Ben, then I sat down and did about an hour worth of client work. And now I'm filming this video, and then in 45 minutes I have therapy and a call with a friend, and then I'll do more client work, probably go outside because it's supposed to be like 70 degrees today. So I like being able to take that time and kind of be fluid. So unless the only reasons that I would go back to corporate are A, if we like literally don't have any money, or B, I can find a company that I can kind of work that very fluid schedule, which right now works really well for me, being a contractor with small businesses. So I'm basically an employee for their business, but I can use those hours throughout the week depending on when I have time. So I have 5 clients right now. Most of them are under 3 hours, or they're under 5 hours a week. So I work between 3 and 5 hours for most of my clients. And then I have one who I work 10 hours a week, and there's possibility for growth with her company where I can be really doing a ton of stuff for her. So I'm really excited about that. And then I have a couple of opportunities with new people. I'm actually, one of those 5 clients will be ending at the end of this month because it ended up not being the right fit for me. So if you're ever interested in hearing about like how to let a client go, when to know to let a client go, let me know and I can tell you. Or if you're interested in just like, how do you even start a business, or do you even know what I do? So I do like online business management, virtual assistants, social media management, content marketing management. It's hard to like put a bubble on what I do, but a lot of it is based around content and just supporting business owners and whatever they need me to do. I have quite a wide array of skill sets, so it's really helpful jumping in with these smaller businesses. Did I make the right decision? 100%. I've still been dealing with some emotional and depression type issues, but my anxiety has pretty much disappeared. I still have moments of anxiety, of course, but the anxiety that I was feeling is gone. I haven't had a panic attack, things like that, which has been really, really wonderful. And I really like what I'm doing. And like I said, if I end up going back to corporate or working for someone else's business, that's totally cool. But I know that the job that I was at was not right for me. And I do think that if I would have stayed any longer, my health would have just been even worse. And that just wasn't worth it to me. So yeah, so things are going well. Like I said, there's still bumps in the road. I'm not making as much as I made when I was working full time. So that's been a little bit of a stretch on our personal budget and our home budget and like things that we can do. But when it comes to like my mental and emotional health and even my relationship with Ben, like not constantly being upset or crying every single day or things like that, like even that has gotten better. So I'm sure it's better for him too. But yeah, so that's kind of like why I left my job, and if I think that that was the right idea. Am I glad that I made that decision? If you have any questions, leave them for me down below. I would love to hear. I know on my last video, tons of you have left comments about similar situations that you've either left or want to leave, and I would love to support you. So like leave comments down below. I would love to hear about it. If there's anything else you'd like to know about my experience that I can share with you, good or bad, I would be happy to. If you want to know how to get started in something like what I'm doing, I'm happy to show you videos on that too. So leave them in the comments below. But I hope this video was interesting. I hope that you enjoyed hearing more about my story and why I left my previous job and if I'm happy about it. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.